Here's how much I spent on trains and transport as a tourist in Japan. I took the figures from 2 of my trips in 2025, both in Tokyo and travelling around Japan. We'll also look at whether a metro pass is worth it in Tokyo. This is part of a mini series about how expensive things are in Japan. The other videos are about food and admission fees. That one's out tomorrow, and they'll all be in a playlist on my channel. So transport made up 23% of our total spend. That's what we spent while we were in Japan. It doesn't include flights and hotels. I've taken the figures from one trip just to Tokyo, and the other one was to Tokyo and Gifu, where I used a regional rail pass. That included all my trains in the central Japan area for 5 days. The rail pass was provided by Japan Railways, JR Central. I was working with them for that trip, so thank you to them. I know not all of you will be getting a regional rail pass, so here's how it breaks down. The regional rail pass was 10% of the budget, and other trains made up 12.5%. The cost of the rail pass is 24,500 yen per person, but if you're doing a golden route trip to Tokyo, Kyoto and Osaka, which is the most popular itinerary for Japan, the cost of the Shinkansen tickets is 28,640 yen per person, which isn't too different to the cost of the regional pass. So the average cost per day for transport was 2,211 yen per person. Or if you take off the Gifu portion of the trip, just for Tokyo, it's 859 yen per person, just for the Tokyo Metro and trains around Tokyo. So what's included in that? Really, it is just trains. I don't take taxis. I don't often find I need to take a bus in Japan. The trains take you everywhere you need to go. Although in Gifu, I did take a taxi once and a local bus, and I took a bus to Shirakawa-go, the beautiful village in the mountains with the old style houses. It's about an hour away. That ticket cost 5,600 yen each for the return journey from Takayama. All the other trains I took there were covered by the regional rail pass. Travelling to other regions of Japan does increase the budget of your trip. In addition to this, I also needed a Shinkansen ticket from Tokyo to Nagoya, where I could start using the regional pass. That was 10,900 yen per person. There was also the Shinkansen back to Tokyo, which I booked before my trip, so it's not included in this budget. We splashed out and booked Grand Class tickets, which is a level above the green car. Not all Shinkansen lines have it, and I'd always wanted to try it. So on the way back from Nagano to Tokyo, it was 19,000 yen each. A regular ticket would have been 8,140 yen for the 1 hour 20-minute trip. But no regrets, I think it was totally worth it. And we did get free sake and snacks. Even in the standard car, the Shinkansen isn't cheap, but it's a fantastic experience you should definitely try, and it really makes the most of your time. Someone asked me recently how to get from Nagoya to Hiroshima on the regular train without the Shinkansen, and when I checked, it would take 13 hours, whereas the Shinkansen's only 2 hours 15 minutes. So while it does add to your budget to visit other regions of Japan, don't let that put you off. Other places around Japan are nothing like Tokyo, and some of my best memories are from new places we visited. I'll just quickly mention that while the JR pass for the whole of Japan doesn't pay off for most people anymore since the price went up in 2023, regional rail passes can still be worth it, especially if you're spending a few days going around one region. But for golden route trips to Tokyo, Kyoto and Osaka, you're still better off buying individual Shinkansen tickets. I've got a video about how to buy train tickets online and a video about regional rail passes. And if you have any questions, just put them in the comments and I'll do my best to help you out. Something people often ask is whether a metro pass is worth it in Tokyo. Trains in Japan are run by lots of different companies, and there are various passes that cover different lines. The Tokyo subway ticket covers the Toei subway and the Tokyo Metro, which is basically all the underground metro lines in Tokyo. That's the thick, colourful lines on the map. There are versions for 24 hours, 48 hours, and 72 hours. The 72 hours is the best value at 1,500 yen. There are also passes just for the toy subway and just for the Tokyo Metro, so be careful you get the right one. There's also the Tokyo one-day ticket, which includes all the underground metro lines, plus the JR lines, which are overground trains run by Japan Railways that are really useful. It also includes buses, but I don't find you often need them. That's 1,600 yen for one day, and that's the pass you really want, but the cost of that one doesn't often pay off. So, is it worth getting a metro pass? Let's do the maths. This is a day I took quite a few trains. I was staying near Tokyo Station and I took the metro to Asakusa to stroll around Sensoji Temple and that area. Next, I wanted to go to Ueno, so we walked in the rain for some reason. By then it was raining so much, so Ueno Park wasn't really an option, so we took the Yamanote line along to Akihabara and went to a cafe for a bit. For dinner, we had a reservation at Kura Sushi's flagship store in Ginza, so we took the Yamanote line to Yurakucho. Then we walked back to our hotel by Tokyo Station, which is only 8 minutes. The total spend on transport was 810 yen, so it looks like the Tokyo subway pass would have saved me money. The 72-hour option is 500 yen per day. But not all these trains would have been covered by the pass. We actually only used the metro once. Personally, I find I use the JR lines in Tokyo a lot more than the metro, so that's why I prefer using a Suica card. It's an IC card that you top up with credit, then you just tap in and out at the ticket gates. It's valid for everything, so it's the easiest and most convenient option. For some people, that is an unpopular opinion. I know a lot of people love the metro passes and say they save them a lot of money. I think it depends on your itinerary and where you're staying. If you're on a budget, you can save money with a metro pass, especially if you plan your itinerary and your routes carefully. I think it also depends where you're staying. If your local station only has the metro, obviously you'll be using the metro a lot more. I find it really convenient to stay on the Yamanote line, and I love staying on stations that have the Chuo or Sobu line as well, because that gets you across the city really quickly. So when you're choosing your hotel, think about the places you'll mostly be going to and how well connected your local station is. People sometimes say in the comments they wish Suica had a daily cap on how much you spend each day, and I can totally understand that. But looking back at all the times I've been in Japan, I've never really found my costs to spiral out of control, so I don't think you need to worry about that too much. By the way, if you want to look up train times or routes, when you're in Tokyo, Google or Google Maps is really good. But when you're outside Tokyo, on longer distance trains, I've found the Japan Travel app by Navitime often gives better results. It's free. It also tells you which platform to go to and how much it will cost. And I've found the routes it gives you are often faster and more convenient than Google. Finally, a little bit about day trips and how much they cost. I went to Atami by the seaside. The Shinkansen cost 3,740 yen per person each way for a 45-minute trip. You can save money by going on the regular train, which is half the price, but takes over twice as long. We also went to Yokohama, which is a really popular day trip from Tokyo. On the way there, we took the Shinkansen for 1,380 yen per person. It's only an 18-minute trip. On the way back, we took the regular train for 490 yen. It doesn't take much longer, it's only a short journey, but I wanted to take the Shinkansen one way because I like it. We also went to Enoshima and Kamakura. On the way there, we took a slightly longer route because I wanted to go on these amazing hanging trains. The route there was 1,150 yen per person. If you don't care about the hanging trains, you can save money by getting the Enoshima Kamakura free pass from Odakyu Railways for 1,640 yen. That covers the complete round trip and this cute train between Enoshima and Kamakura that everyone wants to take pictures of lately. So I hope that's given you an idea of how much trains and transport cost in Japan, and put your mind at rest if you're worrying about spending too much on trains in Tokyo. There's more about trains and transport in my Japan guidebook, including the various tickets and passes and how to navigate. You can get it from cakeswithfaces.co.uk, and I ship worldwide. The final part of the series is about admission fees and entertainment. That'll be out tomorrow, so I'll see you then. Bye bye.